Hello, my name is Scott.
Hi, my name is Henry. I'm a real estate agent in Castelo Branco.
And you will find his information down below for you to contact him. I'm a retired college professor from America, but I also own 2 homes here in Portugal. And we can talk a little later about how absolutely easy it is to be a foreigner, own property in a beautiful country. And today we have this home here to present to you. And this is in the village of?
Cebolais de Cima. It's a little village near Castelo Branco, 10 minutes from Castelo Branco. Okay. You have pump station, you have grocery shop, you have ATM, everything you need for the day. We have here, we have Castelo Branco at 10 minutes from here. If you want to
Which is
buy
where
some.
we just came from there. Yeah, very quick, very modern roads to get there. And in Castelo Branco, you will have much larger stores. There are building stores, grocery stores, all kinds of amenities. Burger King, McDonald's, beautiful restaurants, public libraries, museums. There's also is that a college?
You have university, the secondary school, okay. You have hospitals there too. I think you have everything.
Yeah, it's
there.
a very modern.
We are 2 hours from Lisbon, 3 hours from Porto, 30 minutes from to Spain. We have good roads. I think is a good place to live.
And one of the beautiful parts of this part of Portugal is the schist villages. So the 11 historic schist villages. There's a couple that are well under an hour from here. I have a home in Castelo Novo, which is probably about 30 minutes from here. And that's a beautiful historic village. There's several others in the area that are real easy to get to and wonderful trips for the day. There's also a whole system of walking trails that will bring you to the different villages. So if you're into mountain biking or hiking, that's absolutely wonderful opportunity. We're a little ways away from the ocean. Beautiful church bells in the background. How peaceful is that? If you notice, you almost don't hear anything. We're on a little side street, kind of in the older part of town, away from the center, but it's within walking distance. This road gets a little tight down near the bottom, but very easy to maneuver with a car. We're actually parked up the hill a ways, so there's plenty of places to leave a vehicle. Very quiet, very safe. Enrique was just telling me that this house was built in 1937, and you were talking about the renovation.
We have 2 houses here. Okay?
So there's 2 deeds, two land deeds.
Yeah, but they bought away. Say that bought away everything in the house, and is only a unique house.
So they took 2 units, they combined them to make a much larger house.
Yes.
You're buying both of them as a package, but they'll be registered with the local council as 2 separate.
Yes.
So you'll have we have our water, we have our electricity, there's sewer. I don't think there's gas here. I didn't notice.
Don't have gas.
So you'd have bottled gas,
yes.
For your stovetop, or you would do electrical. We can take a look at the amenities inside. So typically what I do, I have 2 homes here, is when I leave and go back to the US, because I don't live here permanently, I come over for a month and a half, I go home for a few months, is I actually just turn off, we have gas, I turn off the gas, I turn off the water, and I hit the main breaker for electrical. So all of the systems are off. So nothing, if a pipe bursts or whatever, which doesn't happen here, but it happens where up in New England where I'm from, pipes freeze and whatnot. That wouldn't happen here. You could leave all those things on, but I do it just because it gives me a peace of mind. And this is called
Xisto.
Which is
to learn a little bit of Portuguese.
Well, I knew that, but I thought I was going to say it wrong. Xisto, which is the natural sedimentary rock from the region, cemented together. What's nice about it is it's very, very dense. So its ability to keep it cool or to keep warm is wonderful, as opposed to brick and block doesn't really have that density, or with wood construction, which is what we have in the US, you need to put a lot of insulation and a lot of different layers to prevent moisture, the cool from escaping, or the heat from escaping, no matter what time of the year it is. Here, it's pretty seasonal. We have real summers. We have a little bit of a winter. Snow?
No, don't snow here.
Doesn't snow.
No.
How
Snow-
cold does it get?
40 degrees.
Fahrenheit?
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's the same. We have an apartment down towards Lisbon, and it's very similar. And I'm in shorts today. I wear shorts all year round when I'm in Portugal, but maybe I'm a little nuts. Yeah, so doesn't really get that cold, maybe down to 40. In the summer, it can get warm. It can get up into the 90s. And that's when everybody goes to the river beaches, which are rivers that they dam up, and they make these pools. And people bring blankets and lunches, and they make a day out of it. The lintels, the framing of this is wood, old wood that's been cleaned of the many years of paint. Is that wood or is it concrete?
No, it's schisto.
That's even schisto?
Yeah.
Isn't that
The big
amazing? It
one.
looks like wood.
No, the big one. The schisto looks like this. Okay.
So I guess it's all stone.
It's also
Yeah, I
here,
thought it did until I touched it.
here too. Okay. You can see.
Oh, so there's nothing
inside
right.
of the house.
It's relatively maintenance free.
Yeah.
The doors, windows were replaced. They're aluminum,
Double glasses.
double glazed. So they have very good R value for thermal. It's got these wonderful schisto, these stone ledges for plantings. The roof looks like it was put on very, very recently. It is a tile roof, relatively maintenance free. And as long as they're taken care of, they last many, many years. A couple of lights out front. We have communication lines. And it's a very, very quiet little street here. So why don't we head in,
Let's
take a look. And it's interesting. Now you have number 25 and 27. So you can tell all your friends you own two homes.
You buy two homes.
So we continue on with the stone, the schisto floor, which is embedded in concrete. You'll never have to really do anything with it. It does need to be vacuumed and mopped just like any floor does, but no refinishing, no anything. If something gets spilled on it, I mean, it's completely maintenance free in the living room area. The ceilings obviously were redone.
And they are in wood.
And to me, that looks like pine.
Looks
But-
like pine, yes.
Yeah. So it's tongue and groove pine.
The structure is everything in wood, okay?
Yeah, it's naturally finished, so it's not stained or sealed, which actually is nice because it makes it very light in here. Here we have the main panel, and it is modern. So again, when I leave Portugal and get on the plane, I kill the main breaker, but I just do that for my own peace of mind. I pay my electrical, it's automatic withdrawal out of my Portuguese bank account. All of my bills are auto pay, so I don't write checks. I don't have to worry about any of that. The only thing that isn't auto pay is there is going to be property tax, and you would end up with which we could talk a little bit about later, but you'll end up with a Portuguese NIF, which is your financial number, and there's a website, and you go in there, and with your app for your bank, you just put in this it's like a 16 digit number into a spot for paying government bills,
Annually.
and boom, you're annually, and it's done. I have to tell you, I don't know yet about my home here up in the north, but I pay the equivalent of about $30 a year for a beautiful apartment outside of Lisbon. So I imagine that my home here in Castelo Novo will be minimal at best. I own a car. I've been coming to Portugal for a little over 8 years, and all of that is very, very easy. So the living room, it is furnished. There is some furniture here. It probably does not come with the purchase, but of course everything's negotiable. If there's something, if you came and took a look and you like the chairs or the table, you're always welcome to, and that's with any property sale, you're always welcome to make an offer. There's a beautiful little pine cabinet right by the door. Again, can't guarantee it, but just keep in mind with any purchase, so if you're coming new into the country and you're starting, you can always say, I'm going to buy it with the furniture. Our apartment we bought empty, our home in Castelo Branco we bought furnished, and that helped us get rolling, and eventually we'll replace things as we see fit. But one thing you have to get used to in Portugal, this is the zero floor.
The zero floor.
And that's the first floor.
Isso é res do chão. Okay.
Which is the zero?
Zero floor is res do chão.
Res do chão.
Yes.
See, I'm learning Portuguese. Okay. Second, the first floor.
Primeiro piso. First piso. Primeiro piso.
Primeiro piso.
Yes.
Yes. Okay. So when you get in an elevator, you need to be careful because in our apartment's on the second floor, but I have to hit the first floor.
Okay.
And when I talk to my Americans and they come and visit me, I have to say, we're on the second floor, but it's their first floor. So it gets a little confusing. If we come over here into the kitchen, I'm 6 foot, okay. So you have to be careful how much vino you have at night and forget to duck. So we have a very, very serviceable kitchen. Again, we continue with the tongue and groove pine roofs, which were replaced when the place was renovated. We have, again, the schistu, the stone walls. These walls here, I imagine, are block of some kind because they're not very thick. Yeah. The appliances do come. We have a fairly recent, these are Bosch units, which are high-end. We have a dishwasher. We have a washer and maybe a dryer. Yes, a washer-dryer combination and a refrigerator freezer. We have an electric stovetop and a small electric oven. That looks like it may have a few miles on it, but I'm sure it's still functional. There is a hood, an exhaust hood for the stovetop. We have a little nook in there. Counters, they're Formica. They were all replaced when the kitchen was done over. One of the things, somebody set a hot pot or a kettle
in stone.
This is Formica over wood. Okay. So there's a couple of blisters here, and you could handle that a couple of different ways. You could actually just cut and put a cutting board recessed in here, and that would be the least expensive. Something that I did in my house in Connecticut is I actually took older wooden countertops and I covered them in sheet copper. So I have beautiful copper countertops, and they kind of naturally age. They get a little verdigris, a little green on them, which is really beautiful. But copper also has natural bacterial properties to it. So if you put chicken or anything on copper and you just wipe it off with a wet sponge, you don't have to worry about all the chemicals and disinfectants because copper is naturally. So that's one thing. You could also do it in stainless, or you could replace it in stone. That would probably be the more expensive, although stone in this country is relatively cheap. Again, if we go washer dryer, get rid of the washing machine and have a combination unit, that gives us a whole nother shelving unit here.
Or put the freezer at that
you could redesign. Yeah, if you're gonna do counters, this would pull out easily. Put the refrigerator down. So there's all kinds of opportunities. So we're gonna venture out to the back. Again, we have these newer style aluminum doors. Now keep in mind, we're in a small village, so you don't have a big lawn. You don't have a lot of property because we're in a small street in a small village. This is your backyard, and it could use a little cleaning up and a little changing, but it's got a lot of potential. I could see this whole area from back where you are with a slab of concrete and some beautiful tile on it, or some stone. We have a pool here that looks like it. I looked at it, it's all there. It looks like it really hasn't been used in a bit. It is a fiberglass unit, and these things tend to last a very, very long time. It's the size you see it, so it's maybe
It's like 3 to 1. 3 to 1 in the middle.
Beautiful stonework. We have neighbors on either side. Again, it's very, very quiet and peaceful here. Often we have what are they? The outdoor ovens.
Barbecue.
Oh, that's American. But
Yeah,
what would you call it?
Barbecue.
Barbecue.
Yeah, it's the same.
Same. So a little barbecue unit with a chimney, maybe even a bread oven with a barbecue. Maybe a little countertop with a refrigerator and a sink, and have the outside kitchen called a
Cozinha de lume. Have to say, cozinha de lume.
Kazima Gluma.
The kitchen and outside, we in Portugal say cozinha de lume. Cozinha outside.
Kazima de Luma?
Outside. Cozinha de lume.
Kazima de Luma.
Who do you know the name of who in Portuguese?
No.
Piscina.
Piscina. A little rough, but it's got a ton of potential out here. Yeah. And again, I haven't heard, other than the church bells, absolutely silent. There will be some pictures that kind of show you looking out the back here. Yeah, it's very, very quiet
here.
And the A23, which is the major highway, is just minutes from here.
Yeah.
And once you're on the A23, you can go to Porto, you can go to Lisbon, you can go to the Algarve.
The water to the pool is the municipal water. Okay, don't have a well or a borehole.
But I could see and maybe they have one. It's tough to tell, but I could see a shower here, right? To rinse.
I think so. They
looks like they might have had. Yeah, it looks like they. Well, yeah, maybe with some attachments, but I could see actually a nice shower with a very large.
Something like this.
Nice large head on it. All you need to do is just to add some. We already have dirt here, so you could put some natural stones or something, or even a stone little pan or something to help the water go into the ground. But that would be something kind of nice. I grew up on the beach, and in the summer we showered outdoors all the time.
Okay.
Yeah. And then again, you have total privacy. Nobody's going to see whatever you're doing out here. So it's actually just a beautiful kind of see over. If I'm standing here, you can see the village. And again, very, very quiet. This is a sweet little room.
Yeah, the bathroom. Casa de banho.
After you? Casa de banho?
Casa de banho.
So we were outside, literally on the other side of that window. This is, in America, we would say this house has 1.5 baths.
Okay.
To have a full bath, it requires a tub or a shower. And usually it means a tub with a shower.
Okay.
But we've kind of stretched that. So now it's sink, toilet, shower. We still call that a full bath. So this has a bathtub, modern glass, tiled. You can take a tub, you can take a shower, toilet built into the wall. Beautiful sink on this stump, this piece of wood they have here. And a little electric heater, so when you're getting out of the tub or shower, you're not freezing. Probably while the guy is painting the kitchen, he's already here.
Because that part is in stone. It's easy to renovate.
So we need to kind of scrape off the flaking of the paint and repaint this, and it would really lighten it up. Maybe add a new light fixture, but it's usable and very serviceable the way it is, but could use a little bit of attention. This is like in an older house, like one of the first bathrooms I've been in that doesn't have a bidet.
Yes, we don't have a bidet.
Yeah. But you can always get a bidet attachment for the toilet seat, which My wife's gotten very used to bidets, so all of our bathrooms in America
bidet.
have the bidet attachment
Okay.
that goes under the seat. And she actually likes that better than the bidet. So I mentioned that we have a little electrical panel for the second floor. That's nothing you need to get into all the time. So you could put a wardrobe here, which would add some closet space. Technically, they have this as 4 bedrooms.
Yeah, you can use this room to have a closet if you want. It's an indoor room.
I would actually,
Put here.
if this was mine, I would do built-ins
Okay.
with some cupboards up above, double doors hanging, and this would be an answer to a closet here. We also have some exterior. Again, we need some paint, and we need a little. This is stone that's been rendered, so there's cement that are over it, and it's not unusual over long periods of time. Buildings move, walls move, they have cracks. So this is just they rip this, they chisel it out in a sense, and then render it over, and then paint. So we do need a little more paint work up here. Not unusual when you're buying a home. You could also, we have a couple of exterior walls. You could put some cupboards for extra blankets, sweaters, jackets maybe they're not using, coats. So there's plenty of opportunity to add storage. Beautiful. That's the church. So this is coming up the stairs, the first bedroom on the right. This is the windows out onto the street. We have pine floors. What's pine in Portuguese is?
Pinho.
Pino.
Pinho.
Pino.
Exactly.
Yeah. Oh, very close to pine. So this looks like it might have been a kid's room.
Yes.
Yeah. So we have a twin bed in here. We have a little desk. Probably would be more, if somebody was staying in here, it'd probably need a bureau with some drawers, but that's very easily done. The other thing you could do, again, I kind of like in smaller spaces, I kind of like built-ins. I'd have to do something about the light because in the middle of the night, I'd be smacking it. Modern doors. This is the second bedroom in the front. The windows, pine tongue groove floors, very serviceable. This is a full bed. Right? That's a twin. This is a full. And it fits in here. A little bureau, little nightstand. Then we have our half bath. So a toilet and a sink. Very functional. Modern doors. And we move over here.
How do you say is service toilet? No. In Portugal we say casa de banho de serviço.
Service toilet.
Yes, like that.
So what's the difference between like a toilet being bathroom?
Toilet being bathroom, but service you only have the toilet.
Half. This is in America. This is a half bath.
Okay.
One half.
Okay.
No shower.
Because you only have the toilet here. Okay. Not the shower.
If this was on the first floor. Or 0 floor.
0 floor. Okay.
This would be called the guest. This would be called like a guest bath because you might have just a toilet and a sink for when people come over and you're entertaining. They don't go off into your private space. That's the guest bath.
Okay.
And then when you have a bathroom that is only connected to one room, and we call that an ensuite.
Ensuite.
It's a suite because it's a bedroom and a bathroom, and it's on the suite, and it's closed off from the rest of the. Yeah. So this room's a little square. This would be the third bedroom. We have some stickers on the wall of frogs and dragonflies. So I would say this was a kid's room.
Yes, it was a kid's
room. So plenty big. You could put a queen in here. Probably easily, and then have a bureau over there, easily a full, and then some other furniture. This one has the taller ceilings. And I imagine that this would be the master bedroom. This is a queen. We have these beautiful windows that are up. The front windows are kind of at ground level.
From here.
And these windows, double glazed, they've been replaced. They have the security shutters on the inside. So when the windows are closed and locked, the shutters are closed, nobody's getting in here. So we have this door, double glazed, aluminum. So I imagine as quiet as it is right now, it's always going to be like this.
It's always like this. You can put here 2 chairs. Okay, and the table.
Little table in the corner, 2 chairs. Come on, have your cappuccino or whatever you have in the morning.
Smoke. I don't smoke. Okay.
No, don't. We're not. Nobody should smoke. Yeah, absolutely beautiful. There's a rod here, so they look like they had a curtain or some type of screening. So absolutely beautiful. But like anything, as I tell people, like with cars, you want it to be perfect, buy a new car. You're buying a used car. You want things to be perfect, buy a new house. You're buying a used house. So it does need a little bit of painting. The pool, you do, either you address or you do have somebody come in and check out, make sure the pump and all the valves and everything aren't leaking, which is what I just did last week in Castelo Novo. I had them come in, check out the whole system, let me know that it's good for a long time. I had a couple of parts I had to have them replace, nothing too crazy. Some beautiful tile work. Yeah, so it's move-in ready, but I would at least paint some of the surfaces just to give me that finished new feeling. Yeah.
So if you are not here in Portugal and you want to buy a house here, what you have to do? You are not a Portuguese guy, okay? You're an American guy.
So you're not American, and maybe you're not even EU, because I think even when you're not even in the EU, maybe it gets a little more complicated, but it really isn't. So one of the things I had to do is I had to get a NIF, which we mentioned. That's the, in a sense, like in America, that would be our social security number. That's your tax ID number. There is a probably maybe not in this village. You might have to go to 10 minutes to Castelo Branco.
Yeah, you have to go to Castelo Branco to do the NIF.
And I was very fortunate because I had a wonderful Marta, a wonderful realtor in Sintra, which is where our other home is. And she actually walked me down to the office and helped me get my number. And she went up to the counter, and because my Portuguese, not good.
It's like my English.
No, not even.
No.
Your English is, not even, there's no comparison. Okay. But she actually it was quick. We were in and out in maybe an hour, and she actually helped me get the NIF. And again, Enrique's contact information, and these are good questions to ask him again and even get further explanation. He has my contact information. I'd be more than willing to speak to anybody about my experience and give them my thoughts. I'm not an expert, but I've gone through the process now twice. The second thing you do need is you need a Portuguese bank account. You could probably get away without it, but how do you pay your electric bill? How do you pay your water bill?
The gas, the electricity.
Yeah, it gets confusing. There are attorneys and agencies that'll do it for you. And if you look at Facebook and some of the groups, they will give you contacts. I think that's a huge mistake.
But only if you are not here in Portugal. If you are in America or in France, you can.
I think you need to come here at least once, right? You need to whatever you're looking at. A video only shows you so much. You have to get the feeling. You have to make it. Both places I bought when I walked in, I felt like they were my home already. And you only get that
in the film, or you have to go there to
I think
to have the feeling of the place.
Seeing it on video, it's the bait was put in the water and I bit the bait, but you didn't pull me out of the water yet. And that took me actually going there. And then I went to the local bank, and there are a bunch of different great banks, but I happened to go to Millennium down south where our apartment is. And the gentleman that helped me, his name was Rui, and he's now like my personal banker. And the insurance for my car, my properties, etc., are done through Millennium. It's all automatic pay. Rui has turned out to be a very dear friend of mine. I just had dinner with his wife and himself maybe like 2 weeks ago. He's now skin diving down. He's a diver down the Algarve. So I'll probably get together with him next week for another meal. But even to the point, and I'm not saying this is going to be everybody's experience, but I have his cell phone number. We text. I had problems, and it was because I got a work related. I got a new computer, and it kind of got rid of my password to pay my taxes. Yes. And I could have figured it out, but I text Rui and I took a screenshot of my tax bill, and I said, Rui, what do you think? And 10 minutes later, he said, I just paid your taxes for you. Out of my account. He didn't pay him, but he took care of it. I'm not saying that that's what they'll all do, but that's what developing relationships are.
Some people do.
Yeah. Marta, the realtor for our place down south, is still a friend. When I'm in town, I go in and visit her. I ask her stupid questions. She gives me very logical answers, and I would consider her a friend. And then you help me with my piece here. And, I would consider you a friend, and I've asked you questions. I've texted you, I've emailed you questions, and you get right back to me. So it's creating, especially when you're in a foreign place, creating those relationships.
You don't speak the language, you're not here, don't know the country. If you have someone to explain to you, is more easy.
Not knowing the language, I know little bits and pieces. I hope to learn more.
Yeah.
When we started
When
we started this project, I said to my wife, I'll do everything but the language. You learn the language. She was an English major as an undergraduate, and then she got a graduate degree. And I'm like, you learn the language, I'll do everything else. Well, eight years later, she doesn't learn the language. So I did my part, but that's a whole nother story. So other than getting the NIF and a bank account, I came over and did both closings myself. You don't have to. We both know a wonderful attorney here in Castelo Branco that speaks perfect English. She deals almost primarily with Americans in English. She does a lot of stuff with real estate. She can present you with a power of attorney, and she can do the whole process of closing for you. She offered that to me. I was coming over anyway, so it just naturally worked for me. But I think you do need to come over and look at the property.
You have to feel the property. You're not buying a shirt. Let's say that.
Well, also, I'm not somebody that has a lot of anxiety, but I think when you do things that there's a lot of unanswered questions, the experience cannot be as much fun or enjoyable because you have the anxiety. And I think by being here, by meeting the people, by talking and asking questions, a lot of that anxiety just really settled down. And I have to say, Sintra was incredibly easy. Castello Novo, we had a little hiccup, but we worked it out. And at the end of the day, it's easy, and I'm happy with both. And my plan is not to live here permanently. I like my life in the United States, and I like my life here. And I just retired. For the next 20, 25 years of my life, I will come over here for a few months, go home for a few months. There are things that I do there that I really enjoy that I can't do here. Yeah. And there are things I do here that I don't necessarily have the opportunity to. I love the black pig that's fed on chestnuts.
Okay.
My wife, if every dinner was octopus, she would be happy. She loves the Portuguese octopus. Your cheeses, your cured meats, your wine is extraordinary. I'm not a wine snob, and I don't really drink red wine except in Portugal. And I've also found, and you can say I'm wrong, but almost the cheaper the wine, the better it is. At least to me.
More cheaper, more good.
Well, because it's young, right? Yeah. And when wine ages and gets more expensive, they leave it in oak casks and whatnot. It takes on more flavor and it gets a little deeper. I don't like that. I like a younger wine. So I like the ones that are in the bottle for a year and then they're cheap I even the little market down south. There's people that sell cheese and meats in the little local market. They also sell wine in a bottle with no label, like somebody's uncle made it, like in a bathtub somewhere, and it's incredibly cheap and it's absolutely delicious. Looking at the history, looking at the Shistu villages, it's been a wonderful experience, and I've yet to. We've been up in this part, kind of coming up here we've been in Portugal for 8+ years, coming up here for maybe 2.5 years. I've only seen 4 of the 11 historic Shistu villages. And even though we live in one, so it's not like we went anywhere to go see it.
What do you think the sun of Portugal? The sun is the same in America? Oh.
Well, America is very large. It depends on where you are. So the deal here is it gets hot, but it's dry. So you don't have the humidity. And even down like in Sintra, where kind of on the water, you don't have the humidity. So it may be 97 degrees outside, but you don't feel the weight of the humidity. Yeah. It's relatively dry here.
And here we are 2 hours from Lisbon. If you want to go to the beach, 2 hours.
Well, in Nazaré, is what, maybe an hour and 20 minutes?
20 minutes, yeah.
And the people are so warm. They're quiet and mellow, which is nice. As Americans, we tend to be a little loud, and you can always tell.
But in Lisbon or here?
I think
it's the same.
I just think in general.
Okay.
Yeah. Portuguese.
They try to speak Portuguese. They try to speak English. They don't speak English. They here. At least when we only speak, I think we only speak in English. It's more difficult to you to speak Portuguese.
There's a lot of English people. Yeah. Up here, I tend to find a lot of people who speak English.
Yeah. Okay.
It's not universal, but there's a restaurant we like in our village that we just ate there the other day, and it's one of my favorite restaurants, like in the world. And there's always 1 or 2 there's like 5 waiters there at any given time. 1 or 2 always speaks a little English. And with my Google Translate, I can read the menu. It really hasn't.
It's very easy with the telephone, with the phone.
So we're going to wrap this up. Hope you enjoyed looking at this beautiful home. Enrique at BM in Castelo Branco. His information will be down below. I'm Scott.
I'm Enrique.
You can, if you have questions for me, get a hold. If you have questions for Enrique, get a hold as well. And we'll see you next time. Thank you.
Bye-bye.